All right, so we're back working on the heat style today. Today's goal is going to be master cylinder, brake booster out of here. I gotta get the steering column out, which I've never done. We're gonna figure that out. I gotta get the shift linkage undone, which is behind the brake booster, so I'll get that out first, as well as get the throttle cable out and taken care of. And then all I gotta really do is work on getting the cab mounts out. That's gonna be a pain because they're probably rusted on. So let's set up, we'll work on this, and then go from there. So it's kind of hard to see. So this is the shift linkage. There's a cotter pin right there, I just straightened it out. So what I have to do is I actually have to push it out the backside, and then this should actually separate. It doesn't look like it'll be too bad. I don't know how much of it you can see. If I lay it in there, it doesn't look like it'll be too bad. And then once that's separated, it'll actually be separated from the cabs. I don't have to worry about it, and then I can kind of just leave the rod there. Or I can take it off, whatever I guess I choose to do. So cotter pin's out, and it looks like there's a washer in here. Should put there. And then nothing else really, just a rubber bushing on this side, which is actually torn. So we're gonna replace that. That's actually unhooked. So now if I can get this out, which it bolts down here and up there. So if you pull the steering column out, you can start by taking this piece off, both there and there. Then you have this plug that plugs into this. Set my light up a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So this plug goes into this plug, then this plugs into here. So you unplug both of those. Then we're gonna take out that bolt and that bolt, drop this down, then work on the firewall side, and it should slide out, theoretically. This clip is for your shift indicator. So you just pop that off, no problem. So something I missed is this and this. I've got the column almost all the way out. I thought I was filming and I'm not, but I gotta get those. I knew they were there. I knew these were here, but I kind of thought they might just hold it in place, but I was right and wrong at the same time. I mean, that should be enough anyway. I should just slide out now. It's got some space. That's not promising, but I have no idea what's happening on the other side. I could use help with that. So if you run into an issue where it's not pulling out, once you take this bolt out that runs in through here and here, sometimes this will seize up. As you can see, it's pretty seized up from here. It was. I just took a hammer, like so, just pounded this piece, slid out. There is also 5 10 millimeters that run around the outside of this. So you'll get those out as well, and the steering wheel should pop right out. A couple plugs you have to undo, but otherwise the whole column should slide right out now. So with the steering column out of the way now, we're just down to this. I am gonna eventually replace this steering box here. The reason for that is it's super sloppy. I don't know if you've ever driven one of these. If you have, if you haven't, they get super sloppy and you'll almost have like a dead zone. For me, my dead zone was somewhere between like 11 and 1. It was just like beep, 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 and nothing would happen. So I am gonna replace the whole steering box. I've heard of people doing like Cherokee XJ steering boxes. Helps a lot, tightens it up quite a bit. So that's gonna be something we have to experiment with or look into. So that's gonna take some time. But steering wheel is out. So now we're gonna focus here, get the master cylinder off. Brake booster, it might have to be there. I don't know. I'm probably gonna buy a new one anyway, so it probably won't matter too much, but that might be something I have to explore. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so I got the steering column out. Now that that's done, I gotta work on getting the master cylinder off. I wanna get the brake booster off, but I don't know if I can because somebody painted over the bolts, which I showed earlier in the video. So we're gonna get here, we'll let it drain out a little bit, and then we'll pop it off, and then we'll drain it into this pan right here. So I'm gonna try to get the brake booster off. There's 6 of these damn bolts, all of which are just not in good places at all. So I'm hoping I can get on it with this, and then use a cheater bar. I can get the top ones. The hell am I gonna do about these ones down through here though, you know? Maybe this is what I have to do, straight up and down. If I do this to the level, we get it. Ouch! I pinched my finger. I gotta get up here like this. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. Look at these. There's 1, 2, and the third one way down in. 1, 2, 3. You can't get at them from this angle. You can get this one from that angle. This one you can't really get from that angle. And that one you maybe could if you can get a good angle on it. Those ones, hell no. So it's a new day, so we've been working on some different things. You got this off yesterday, so that's fine. Got the throttle cable out. Here it is. Just got the throttle cable out. Got the hood out, which is over there. Got the emergency brake out of the cab. So now what's left is really, we have to get the cab mounts undone. Those are gonna be a pain. I'm also gonna save these because I actually replaced them not that long ago. My other cab doesn't have them. Look at this thing. This thing is done, dude. I gotta get this out next as well. That'll come up pretty easy. It's all unplugged now. All the wiring for the most part is out. I'll have to unhook the fuse panel in this cab and I'll just drag it out. And then the idea is I can just plug the engine side back into the firewall side. So fingers crossed. So next I'm gonna get these hoses over here off. I never got them off. So these hoses need to come off next. And then we'll look into those cab mounts. Those are gonna be disgusting, I'm sure of it. Look at me, I'm close to them, I don't know. So while I'm under here, I'll give you a good look at what we're looking into. So this is what the underside of this cab looks like. We're gonna get these out. So I'm gonna test, see what size these are. Looks like there's 4 cab mounts. There's one there, one up in there. You can see it, it's kind of right next to that white spot, that rock actually. And then this one over here is by far the worst. You gotta love Maine. Gotta love winters. This thing has been on the road for 30 years here. 40 years? Just hit my knee, I'm gonna cry. Be right back. So the plan of attack is gonna be just hit them with the impact and hope they come off. I can hit them with a breaker bar, but I don't really wanna do that because I don't know if I can produce enough force. Quite honestly, I think they're just gonna break off. So if we get into that situation, I'll just have to cut them. Probably with like the Milwaukee torch bits. I don't know if you've seen those, but they work pretty good. So that's gonna be the plan. So we're gonna try and break them off now with the impact. And if not, which I don't think the driver's side one's gonna do that because it's all rotted to hell, we'll resort to cutting. I'm not gonna hold my breath when it's working. I got my breaker bar in case, but even still, I think that's gonna be a stretch. So we'll blind myself, hook up, and see what we can get here. Fingers crossed, something good. So this one appears to be a different size. Why wouldn't it be? You know, why would they all be the same size? That'd be far too easy if everything was just, you know, the way it was supposed to be, so. The good news is the cab is not attached. So, I started her. I don't know, where's my light? It spun all the way around. Spun it all around, no problem at all. They ain't even attached here, so that's good news for me. So that just leaves that one right there and that one. I'm gonna have to cut my exhaust off to get to them. That's a little unfortunate, but I don't really care. I'm gonna redo it. So I gave it a shot, and this cab mount actually came undone, I'm pretty sure. So we should be golden, actually. So the cab should pick up. I haven't tried to pick it up, but it should pick up. Oh yeah. So with all the cab mounts out, I'm gonna start taking apart the interior. I've kind of started taking some of it out anyway, as you can see. I've kind of picked away at this side of it over time, but now we've officially got the cluster out. We're working on getting the rest of this out. I just took out the heater control, so I have to undo that, unfortunately, which is gonna be a pain. So yeah, so we're gonna get some of these plugs undone and go from there. And that is the interior truck harness. Screw these things, dude. These are yellow, black is dome light, so just remember that. Where'd my clippers go? Dome light. Could have cut it way back in there and I didn't. All right, my camera's gonna ask me this video here. So that is all the wiring's out. The cab is ready to come off. So next video, we'll be taking the cab off, but there's no wiring left in here. Everything can go. This is great. I gotta get that off. So I'll take that out right now. That's the brake switch right here. That bad boy. So if you like this video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.